everyone, I'm Marisa Benain, Artistic Director of Play for the Arts, Jamaica. You know, the excitement never stops throughout this region. There are incredible attractions and activities to behold, along with interesting events to scope out. There's no time to lose, as your next adventure awaits. Welcome to Caribbean Passport TV. Let's set sail. With cultural leadership, dialogue, and linkages at the top of the agenda, this event attracted a wide selection of personalities to Jamaica, where they exchanged women's perspectives on creativity, legacy, and the visionary spirit. Let's grab a seat and listen in.
Exuding wisdom and experience, driven by ambition and high standards of excellence, they earned acclaimed reputations and acquired positions of leadership. They are women of vision. Kingston, Jamaica was the setting where several esteemed personalities strode into the Jamaica Pegasus for an event that was all about an ideas exchange of knowledge, enterprise, strategy, and entrepreneurial spirit. Welcome to Women of Vision, a visionary salon. Staged by Plie for the Arts as part of its 10th anniversary celebrations and based on the salon tradition of conversation, it was an occasion where international visionaries came into contact with Caribbean leaders, executives, and thinkers. The end goal, increasing the level of knowledge power on behalf of all participants, and, as a consequence, setting a high bar for achievement across several domestic industries.
This for me is really for the young people, to give them an example of what is great about women, and that, you know, instead of trying to tell them what not to do, sometimes we can direct them in a direction of what is possible. These are some great women, and I wanted them to also see Jamaican women, Jamaican great women who are doing great, and that admire them and seek counsel from them. Find a way to make them become your mentor. And that is simply the reason for Women of Vision. And we will go around the Caribbean and seek some of the finest women that are great examples for young people and for young girls especially.
With Tony Award-winning stage and screen actress Phylicia Rashad performing the role of featured speaker for this production, plus Terry Carell Johnson as host and Miles K. Davis as moderator, the eye-opening and informative session proved inspiring as Rashad shared the wisdom that she has earned over a 53-year career.
Not so much about telling them as I am asking them. Asking them what are their dreams and aspirations. I want to hear from them that they have that. And you know what they do? It's important, I think, to ask them sometimes, more important than to tell them, because there's something that happens with that. It's an acknowledgement of their intelligence, of their heart and their humanity. And that builds courage and esteem, that you take the time to actually engage with them and ask them with an earnest desire to hear what they have to say.
The event's impact was strongly felt across its range of attendees.
What we learned today when Phylicia spoke was about you have the dream, keep that light in you and just do it. But it's also important to know that you can do it. Us in the Caribbean, we know enough things to be multi-talented, multi-skilled. Drama queen today, chef tomorrow, designer. You can do it all. Just explore your creativity and let that light that you have inside of you burst out and be big.
It was an amazing morning. Ladies, you can do anything. And never underestimate yourself. Don't make yourself small to fit into a space. Let the space fit into you. And be bold. With that mindset, you can achieve everything.
I was very inspired by the kids. A lot of kids were there and the attendance. I think this is truly a special moment for women in a man's world, in the industries that we are all in. Acceptance is key. Love is key. Joy is key. Peace is key. And once you live in the moment and you live with acceptance with what is happening now, you will transcend.
12 women of vision for 2026 were honoured at a gala that occurred later on in the day in the fields of legal advocacy, jurisprudence, culinary arts, entrepreneurship, shipping, manufacturing, medicine, financial services, architecture, athletics, theatre, and education. And the list of recipients: Joy Spence, Heather Golson, Isaiah Marden, Audrey Tugwell Henry, Jackie Tyson.
So dream on, because it's all possible.
Supreme Justice Simone Wolfe Rees.
Thank you.
Public Defender Carolyn Reed Cameron. Shelley Ann Fraser Price, Olympic Games gold medalist, world champion and entrepreneur. Vascular surgeon Dr. Hilary Ann Brown. Cora Ann Robertson Sylvester. Charlotte Ann Hales. Lisa Lake Epstein. Each recipient has been an example for others to follow and has helped to move the Caribbean forward as a source of innovation and a region that's making a global impact.
And there'll be more food for thought from the Women of Vision on the next episode of Caribbean Passport TV. We're always on the move, and we're off to Antigua and Barbuda, the land of 365 beaches, beautiful scenery, and events. Among the activities, you can compete with top yachtsmen from around the world and savor a plate of culinary creations from top Caribbean and international chefs. It's time to pay a visit.
Whether it's savoring the best that a group of acclaimed international and Caribbean chefs have to offer, or engaging in thrilling high seas action, Antigua and Barbuda has more than enough to keep the adventurous traveler occupied during April and May. The third Antigua and Barbuda Culinary Month promises a serving of cuisine excellence with Antigua and Barbuda Restaurant Week alongside the Eat Like a Local campaign. Over 50 restaurants across the country will offer prefix menus at 3 different prices during this period, while the Eat Like a Local map will guide visitors to restaurants that offer local favorites like pepper pot and fungi. The Caribbean Food Forum at the John E. St. Luce Conference Center is geared towards industry pros and leads into the Food, Art and Beverage Festival at the Cedar Valley Golf Club. Curated chef events are also scheduled, involving Antigua and Barbuda's Kareem Roberts and Andy Oliver, plus Anguillan Kurth Gums. Angel Barreto, one of the international guest chefs for 2026, will headline a Puerto Rican-inspired barbecue at the Hut at Little Jumbie on May 24th. There'll also be the Chef's Collaborative Dinner at Catherine's Cafe on Pigeon Point Beach on the 27th. And then there's the Culinary Month finale beach party and cookout at Wild Tamarind Restaurant on the 30th. Apart from the USA's Angel Barreto and Andy Oliver, Kareem Roberts and Kurth Gums, additional guest chefs will include 2018 James Beard Award winner Nina Compton of St. Lucia, Jersey City, New Jersey-based Antiguan Claude Lewis, champion on Food Network's Chopped, also in 2018. Top Chef Season 22 winner Tristan Epps Long, who enjoys Trinidadian roots. Suzanne Barr of Plantation, Florida, who has operated in both the USA and Canada. Guyanese-Canadian Devan Raj Kumar. Bridget Joseph of Trinidad and Tobago. and Paul Carmichael, who has served as a guest judge on the Netflix series Next Gen Chef and is the executive chef at the Momofuku Restaurant Group. The local chef list features Chef Maureen Bowers, Amalin Raj, Jakeda Isaac, Kendall Harrigan, and sommelier Jason White. Leading into this food festival is Antigua and Barbuda Regatta Month during April, which is headlined by 3 key events. The Antigua Racing Cup from April 9th to the 12th, which is centered on competitive racing sailors and the top-notch standards that they exhibit. The Antigua Classic Regatta between the 15th and the 20th, which is dedicated to those older and majestic variety of sailboats. And the most renowned of all, Antigua Sailing Week. From April 22nd to the 26th, it's the domain of global competitors in their state-of-the-art vessels engaging each other in a refreshed format of racing, with lots of fun opportunities to take in the Antigua and Barbuda experience away from the maritime racing course. There's never a shortage of excitement here, as one will discover throughout April and May, either on land or at sea.
I've always believed that doing the right thing takes patience. It shows a deeper commitment to create something that people will enjoy for a long time to come. So we take our time to get El Dorado right. And we're taking the time to make the world's most sustainable rum. When we started our sustainability journey, it was not something that rum distilleries prioritized. But not us. We knew the impact on Guyana and on the planet was becoming more and more important to the rum we make.
Guyana has a very unique environment, blessed with tropical rains and sunshine throughout the year. That is why 3/4 of the country's landmass is covered by lush, untouched rainforests, which is the home of over 1,200 different species of animals. Preserving the environment is the key to our El Dorado brand strategy. We aim at keeping the entire supply chain, from raw materials through the production process to the point of delivery to the market, in a manner that minimizes the impact of our operation on the environment.
Rum making uses energy and makes waste. Back in 2010, we built a biomethanization plant to use the waste from the distillery to produce energy in the form of biogas. Adding to that, nearly 2/3 of our fuel that we use for power generation comes from liquefied natural gas, which emits 20% less carbon as compared to conventional diesel combustion. The CO2 we produce during fermentation is captured, treated, pressurized, and liquefied for use in soft drink according to PepsiCo's standard of 99.9% purity, as well as other industrial uses, thus reducing the release of CO2 gas into the atmosphere. But efficiency is where we make the big difference. Our new stills recovers and reuses energy so that we use less to make more. And with the bottling plant metering system, we're able to save on precious water.
Rum is an integral part of our history as a Guyanese people, and El Dorado enjoys a very close relationship with the communities in which we operate. Our DDL Foundation and cadetship programs provide educational opportunities for young Guyanese so that the next generation can enjoy this world that we are striving to protect.
I do believe that because rum is a product from the agriculture sector, the environment is absolutely key in terms of rum production on a sustainable basis. And that is why our goal is to keep El Dorado as the one brand that has the smallest footprint when it comes to rum on the international market.
Welcome back. On behalf of Jamaica, I would like to thank the entire Caribbean for the support that was given to us as part of recovery efforts following Hurricane Melissa. Climate change is one of the major global challenges that's affecting us right here in the Caribbean. Several initiatives are being put in place to deal with this issue, many of which involve new approaches to how things have previously been done.
Climate change, a phenomenon that now affects all of our lives. Extreme weather patterns have been experienced here in the Caribbean through more frequent and intense tropical cyclones, fiercer temperatures, and increased humidity. As discussed by the recent Leve Global Conference in St. Kitts and Nevis, these climate trends have also impacted the tourism industry, sustainability, health, and other areas of our societies.
Now it can destroy what we have overnight. Just think of the Hurricane Melissa that just ravaged Jamaica, and we have had our experiences. But what I can assure you is that in St. Kitts Nevis, the dialogue with climate has been at the top of the agenda. The government has articulated its ambitious goal, and it is housed in the concept of a sustainable island state agenda. Green Climate Fund provides access to climate finance. And through the Ministry of Sustainable Development, we can access that. However, it is the 5 Cs, which is located in Belize, who implements our projects. I am overseeing the project on the tourism sector, and we are updating the strategy. And climate is a critical part of that. So the strategy is holistic, because many of our hotels are on the coast. Most of our communities, they're located on the coast. So when we have any climate event, it affects us. It also affects many female-headed households. When you link it to tourism, lots of women are participating in that sector of the economy. Sometimes you have to relocate. In terms of health, we see the rise in temperatures affecting the blood pressure. So we have to look now, even beyond tourism, how the hotels are built. What are some of the energy-saving designs we can include in the hotel sector? What are some of the energy-saving designs we can include in homes? Do we plant more trees to get cooler air? Because some feel that some parts of Bastia is sort of a concrete jungle. We have cut down trees to build, and there are some parts of the country where it is very cool. So we have to have that balance in our approaches. Not only with tourism, today our discussions looked at agriculture. What are those linkages with food? How are we going to get more of our food linked to tourism so there are more jobs? All the community linkages were taken into consideration. So that's where we are.
And sustainability will be dealt with at the wider regional level when the Caribbean Tourism Organization hosts the latest edition of its Caribbean Conference on Sustainable Tourism Development in Belize between April 27th and 30th. First organized by the CTO in 1997, this event will once again focus on promoting sustainable type tourism and present various ideas and suggestions as to how it can be done. And in May, the focus will shift to Antigua and Barbuda, where the Caribbean Travel Marketplace will be staged from the 12th to the 15th, along with the Direct Booking Summit, Caribbean Edition, on the 15th. And the Honduran paradise of Roatan will be in the spotlight during the Florida Caribbean Cruise Association's Latin America Cruise Conference, which is also scheduled for May.
Another day enjoying the spoils of paradise, stories of tropical bliss that travel fast, with memories to last a lifetime. Just a few details from a Caribbean portrait.
At Le Mer, you would journey to an oasis of indulgence where one can reawaken to total tranquility. We craft each experience to help you unwind and restore the spirit. Give the gift of a Le Mer experience with our spa packages. This gift is valid for 12 months and promises a true spa experience to help one relax and unwind. This Mother's Day, Le Mer Day Spa offers the ultimate caress, the perfect way to indulge your mother. Our exclusive rejuvenation experience includes a Biologique Recharge facial with add-ons and algae cold mask, LED light therapy, a scalp massage, and a hot stone foot massage. Purchase that gift card for a one-of-a-kind spa experience. We also offer a host of other options to say, "Mom, I love you." Visit us today or purchase online. We're open 7 days a week, including holidays. Visit our website at merdayspa.com for more information or call us at 627-3252. We'll find a way to honor and take care of your mom. Mer Day Spa, the sanctuary for vital luxury.
This is Caribbean Passport TV. Ancient traditions bonded with modern fusions and future innovations as Chinese Spring Festival took place in many countries around the globe. We here in the Caribbean also observe these Chinese traditions at the Temple Fair celebrations, especially in my home country, Jamaica, Suriname, Guyana, and in Trinidad and Tobago. For 2 days in Chaguaramas, it was all about the entertainment, cuisine, and some dynamic displays. Let's take a look.
Going back 220 years to the arrival of the first group of immigrants in 1806, Chinese culture continues to thrive in Trinidad and Tobago. Visible everywhere, the local Chinese community's influence is most familiar through the tasty food that's available in cities and towns throughout this country. There are also the cultural traditions that are occasionally put on full display. Such was the case with the local Chinese Spring Festival celebrations, when the enterprise of the People's Republic of China also came to the fore as the new year of the fire horse was ushered in. It all came together at the Temple Fair, which was hosted at the anchorage in Chaguaramas. It was here that formal proceedings helped to set the stage for an event that recognizes the bond between the local Chinese community and their ancestral homeland.
It offers our friends in Trinidad Tobago a wonderful opportunity to experience the richness of Chinese culture. For over 2 centuries, the Chinese community has contributed meaningfully to the economic, social, and cultural life of this beautiful twin island nation. Through resilience, unity, and enterprise, you have become an important bridge of friendship between our two peoples.
As if inspired by the fire horse, the zodiac sign for this year, the Chinese Spring Festival Temple Fair has endured with passion and creativity to grow in size and popularity with each new iteration. This auspicious occasion also offers an opportunity for reflection on the strong bonds between Trinidad and Tobago and China.
Though we may be far from our ancestral homeland, these traditions continue to live, grow, and flourish right here in Trinidad and Tobago. The horse, whose year we celebrate, represents energy, determination, courage, and forward progress.
Dialogue between China and the countries of the Greater Caribbean forms part of a wider conversation within the Global South on development, cooperation, and governance. Successful bilateral experiences, academic exchanges, and diplomatic engagement demonstrate the value of maintaining open channels grounded in respect for sovereignty and national priorities.
Then it was time for a true exhibition of song and dance. After this, the rest of the Temple Fair activities were devoted to sampling the cuisine on hand. Taking home one of the innovative items on display at the stalls, and witnessing the excitement of dragon boat racing. It was yet another year of colorful sights and sounds, which all served as impressive expositions of Chinese culture and its international influence.
And while the impact of Chinese culture in the Caribbean cannot be denied, African, European, East Indian, and wider regional influences abound in St. Kitts and Nevis. These have extended to this nation's cuisine, and several popular dishes are available at a beachside eatery that also offers some of the best of local seafood delights.
Known for history and vibrant culture, the islands of St. Kitts and Nevis have been twin witnesses to a history of diversity. European and African influences are everywhere to be found, including within the country's food staples. It's no wonder that St. Kitts and Nevis's restaurant scene is a popular draw for visitors due to this variety. Entrepreneur Roger Brisbane played a vital role at the beginning of Caribbean Passport TV in 1997 as a chief videographer. Today, he is the owner and operator of the Spice Mill restaurant at Cockleshell Beach. If you crave dining and partying by the sea, this spot is right down your alley.
When I bought this property back in 2007, friends and family said, boy, you bought a property on a road to nowhere. It was a road that had been built over 10 years and not much development. And I said to them, look, one day it's going to be a road to somewhere. And today it's a road to Spice Mill. You have a mountain that's 3,400 feet on the other side. By far, this is the most majestic view the Caribbean has from one island to another. Some of the features of the restaurant are the basket lights, which are made by the Carib Indians out of Dominica. They look like upside down jellyfish. We carry about 200 plus beach lounges with umbrellas. We cater to cruise ship tours. We also are a great location for weddings, rehearsal dinners, birthday parties, anything to celebrate an event. We literally can do it here. We have different days where we have entertainment. We're constantly offering different avenues for people to relax and have a good time. And it's all about the experience. It's not just one element. It's not just the food. It's not just the cocktails. You're coming for an entire embodiment of an experience here at Spice Mill.
From conch fritters to grilled mahi-mahi to baked lobster tail, there's seafood aplenty on this menu. But there are also a few favorites for lovers of Caribbean cuisine, including curry dishes and jerk pork.
Our menu is an eclectic mix of Caribbean cuisine. We named it Spice Mill mainly because we wanted to draw from the various ethnic groups that exist across the region.
You're in the Caribbean, so you know you have to savor the drinks that are available. A variety of cocktails, local and international beers, plus fine wines.
We have a rooftop cocktail bar with a mixologist doing some great cocktails, and we have 3 other mixologists on the beach crafting cocktails on a daily basis for our cruise ship passengers.
It's a scene straight out of a tropical playbook. You chilling by the water with a great view of Nevis, tasty food in front of you, cold drink in your hand, soaking in another experience churned out by the Spice Mill.
From Trinidad in the south to Bahamas in the north, come on down. Experience an authentic, eclectic Caribbean restaurant.
And I will definitely hope to catch you at Spice Mill Restaurant someday. And of course, there's a whole lot more of the same to look forward to on Caribbean Passport TV. Once again, I'm Marisa Benain of Jamaica, and it has been a pleasure being your host on Caribbean Passport TV. Until next time, take care everyone. Bye.